you doing, guys? Mr. Hollywood 841. So, today we are going to review Andor Season 2, Episodes 1 through 3. Now, guys, remember, this is my opinion. You are free to disagree, agree, not like, dislike, whatever you want with me. I'm not gonna say that I'm right. This is just my opinion. If you like something else, like, to give you a perfect example, I am not a big fan of the sequel trilogy. Not to say that I don't like it, but if you really enjoy it, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Again, this is my opinion, guys. You are free to agree or disagree. Now I got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and hop to it. So, Andor Season 2, Episodes 1 through 3. So far, it's grabbing my attention. It hasn't really gotten to that part yet, which, if I remember with Season 1, it took a few episodes for me to, like, really get into it. Now, usually with a series, I give it the first 5 episodes. That by then I should know if I'm gonna like it or not. But Andor Season 2, it hasn't grabbed me completely yet. But if I remember what also with Season 1, it didn't grab me right on the first go either. So that's why I always give series at least 5 episodes. Now, Andor, it's a year from season 1. He's still not who he is in Rogue One. He's still learning, which I like that. I like to see the progression it gets to where he turns out to in Rogue One. You know, Captain Cassian Andor. The whole thing with the TIE fighter, I thought that was hilarious. From when he cursed to when he finally got the ship and he was finally out in space, I thought the whole thing was great. I thought it was funny. I thought it wasn't out of place, because apparently he was supposed to be flying another ship, and this was the one that was there. Oh yeah, by the way, spoiler, guys. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, maybe stop watching this episode right now. Anyway, then he's flying to another planet to meet up with someone who apparently is no longer living, and find, I believe, a rebel cell, but they're not the greatest, and they can't agree on anything, but they're able to capture Andor. So even a dog has its day, you know what I'm saying? But this particular rebel cell group definitely showed that how the rebellion is not exactly where they're supposed to be, or where they were in, like, let's say, episode 4.
Who are you? Who is he? He's an impy pilot.
Just do this, please.
Then do it. Let's see it. We're waiting.
Let me know when you're done.
I'm here to meet a friend. Where is he?
Re-ask the questions.
Wow. Big move. Now you can ask him who he is.
Maybe I'll get an answer.
They have disagreements, and then they start fighting each other, which I thought was interesting. I'll say interesting. And then finally they were going to settle their battle with a space version of rock, scissors, paper, it looked like. That was a little like, what the heck is this? But then Andor escapes, gets back into the ship, and flies off. Now, during all of this, we see the remaining Andor's friends from his home planet, and they have come to realize that the Empire is coming and they're checking visas, which is an interesting take because, I mean, think about it. The Empire, they're trying to rule the galaxy, and they want to make sure, you know, people who say who they are and stuff like that because of the rebellion and stuff. So, I mean, I see why it was there. It's like a, you know, it's also showing a little bit of reality and bringing reality to the series. Andor, I feel, is like an adult Star Wars series. Would I have my young child watch it? Probably not. But again, I feel like this is a little bit more for adults, not for everyone. But again, agree to disagree. Also, while this is happening, Mon Mothma's daughter is getting married, which she's 13 years old. What the heck? What kind of thing is this from Chandler? You know, it's just like, what? 13 years old? But then again, if you think about back in the day, a long time ago, kids would get married early in life. So, I mean, again, bringing reality to it. And Chandelian culture, you know, that's happened. So, I mean, now, is it something that Mon didn't agree with? Yes. And was it taking out of the culture? I think so, but they basically just wanted to do an old school wedding. So, and her friend, Tay, I believe it was, they were having conversations during the wedding, and Tay seemed like he was spilling to a lot of people what he was doing for Mon and stuff like that. And Luther found out. He was at the wedding as well. And let's just say, Tay's got to go. He's spilling. He's got to go. Bye-bye. Later. See ya. So, with all that, and Mon tried to tell her daughter that she didn't have to go through with this. But her daughter, being a brat that she is, basically told her to go F herself. And so, with that, Mon started drinking, and she felt like everything was going out of control, and she started dancing a lot. Now, the dance scene, yes. Was it too long? I believe so. But it also kind of showed that things are not going Mon's way right now. Like, things that she thought was going to go, it's not going that way. And she feels like things are spiraling out of control. I think that was the artistic way of showing that. And so, with the visas, going back to Andor's friends, with the visas, the Empire comes and finds Andor's friends. One of them is actually running to see his girlfriend because they're trying to leave before the Empire gets there, but unfortunately that did not happen. And Binks is by herself. And the Imperial officer tries to have his way with her. I'm trying to put it in in contents. I'm trying to put it where this doesn't get taken down or, things blow up or anything like that with YouTube, okay? But he tries to take advantage of her. Now, this is the first time that we actually see something like this in Star Wars. Now, was it mentioned, or was it, kind of like artistically put in Return of the Jedi with Jabba and Leia? A little bit, which was a little creepy, but this controversial scene has been hitting the internet, and guys, unfortunately, with regimes like this stuff happens. It's terrible, but it happens. So that's why they put it in. Now, again, you don't have to agree with me. I'm sure there's a lot of Star Wars fans that say, they don't want this in Star Wars, which I can understand. I have no problem with that. But I understand why they did it. To be honest with you, I'm surprised Disney signed off on it. I mean, come on, it's sexual assault. And Disney said, okay, we're good with that? I'm shocked. But Binks powers through and unalives the Imperial officer, in which all hell breaks loose. They start firing on him, and unfortunately, we lose. I forget his name. Andor's real friend from the beginning. Bars starts with a B. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not great with Andor character names right now. My apologies with that. Please leave a comment and down below what his name was. Again, I don't mean to chop up his name, but I forget his name. But I love the actor and I love the character. He was like a childhood friend to Andor, and he always checked on his mom. He was a good friend, which unfortunately Andor comes to that planet, saves his friends, but he wasn't able to save him, which they fly off, and that's where we leave off on the show. Now, if I'm going to give it a rating, 1 through 3, I would give it a solid 7 right now, because unfortunately, until the controversial scene, it was kind of losing me a bit. That's what really kind of grabbed my attention, because I was kind of like, whoa, they're doing this. They're really doing this. And also with what's going on with Mon's friend. Now the question is, are they going to unalive him, or are they going to do something else with him? Are they going to get rid of him right then and there? Because, this is the final season, and who knows, they might just do it like Rogue One and kill everybody off that wasn't in Rogue One. So if you guys seen it, let me know. What do you guys think of Andor Season 2 so far? I am going to watch episodes 4, 5, and 6. Again, and I also like that they're doing 3 episodes a week, especially with Andor, because it seems like a storyline takes up about 3 episodes. So I kind of like that they're doing it. That's how I felt with season 1. The scenes took very long. It was kind of like a 24, if you guys remember the show 24. The show took up about that minutes of the 24 hours. So, that's how I feel like Andor is kind of like. But again, I am going to continue to watch it because I love Star Wars. Star Wars is very dear to my heart. Now, do I agree with everything that Disney's doing? No. Especially the Acolyte, which will probably be an episode in itself. But the Acolyte, I'm just going to say this, missed opportunity, blew it. Blew it. And Disney, if you hear this, I'm not saying that I'm not watching your programs. I'm just saying that swing and a miss. That was definitely a swing and a miss, okay? Acolyte was trash. Now, if you guys like Acolyte, that's fine too. I'm just giving my opinion. But anyway, that'll be another episode in itself, guys. I hope you all have a good day. Stay safe, stay sane, stay happy. And I'll catch you in the next one.
Good evening. You are looking at Z from the Nonsense Power Hour, who has challenged Mr. Hollywood 841 to a challenge where Z says he has in the bag. Now, let us hear what this challenge is.
Mr. Hollywood 841. This is Z from the Nonsense Power Hour. I'm issuing you a challenge. You got a lot of really, really cool figures, but then again, so do I. So, I take your wrestling figures and I raise you Thor's hammer. This is a Marvel challenge. And I'm already ahead with Thor's hammer and Iron Man. So, the gauntlet has been thrown down, son. Let's see if you can best me when it comes to Marvel action figures. Oh, and by the way, as far as wrestling goes, signed by the Brothers of Funstruction. So, that's indie wrestling, which I know you're a fan of. So, Thor's hammer, Brothers of Funstruction, and Iron Man. It's now on.
Will the challenge be accepted? Stay tuned to find out next time